In collaboration with the Department of Trade, Industry and Competition, the Department of Social Development and other strategic partners, the National Lottery Commission will, for the next 2 days, host a National Indaba under the theme Effective Regulation and Funding Through Digitisation. Let's cross to SABC News anchor Leanne Manners, who is in Birchwood for more. Leanne, a very good morning. Perhaps what is on the agenda as we speak? We're looking at the evolution, digitisation coming to the fore. Tell us a little bit more about that picture you're painting this hour for us.
Well, a very, very good morning to you, Liesl, and to all of the South Africans that are watching us this morning. Yes, indeed, it's a very important gathering that's happening here today. As you mentioned, it's the National Indaba for the National Lotteries Commission. It's a 2-day Indaba. Obviously, we here on the start of all of this, and it's, as I think you mentioned, it's in cooperation with the Department of Trade and Industry and the Department of Social Development, as well as other strategic partners. Now, this theme that you mentioned is a vital theme in this day and age that we're living in, because when we talk about digitization, we talk about AI, we talk about all these issues that need to be addressed urgently in terms of technology and how it can assist how the National Lotteries works, and particularly the beneficiaries from the National Lotteries Commission, because these are things that, if implemented correctly, can actually take out some of the biggest issues that plague the National Lotteries Commission, and that is the issue of corruption. It seems that corruption, unfortunately, makes its way into absolutely everything, and the National Lotteries Commission has had its fair share when it comes to the distribution of funds which have gone, unfortunately, to a lot of unworthy recipients. I mean, we're talking in excess of 2 billion rand that has happened to. So how do we implement technology into this to actually remove that out of the equation, which is a very important discussion, and one that I truly want to get into with our guests that are going to be joining us. So we've got a lot of the strategic partners and the National Lotteries Commission themselves that'll be talking to us this morning to find out how we can sort this out, because the National Lotteries Commission hasn't been without its own controversies, and we want to know how this changes, because the mandate is actually a very big and a very important mandate for the NLC. The NLC are there to ensure that the funds that you and I spend on our lottery tickets, whether we play Powerball or lottery, and all of a portion of those funds come to the Commission, and then the Commission get applications of those organizations that are in most need for this kind of fund, and then of course it's appointed and moved in the right direction. But now that's where the problem comes in. Are the beneficiaries chosen in the right way? How do we take corruption out of this, and all of these kind of issues? So we've seen digitization taking place in many other countries around the world. I think the UK is one of them that has put in some efficient systems that have actually helped and assisted in the distribution of the funds. So it's going to be very, very interesting to chat and see what the National Lotteries Board, in conjunction with their partners, are planning to put into place. Now, when we look back into the start of the National Lottery and the lottery where South Africa was introduced to it, it was back in 2000. And you can imagine how much money has been raised through the sale of these tickets. I mean, I think I was looking at some stats from a while back, and it was said that over 20 million is made a day from the national lotteries. Now take that back to the year 2000, and that's just on an average day. You can imagine when it gets a lot bigger, but we're talking about a lot of money here, and to use that money in the right way is a very, very important issue. So these are some of the things we'll be talking about, so do stay tuned. You know, we talk to you buying a Powerball and your lottery every single or every second day here on the program, so it's important that we do these kind of things and actually find out where your money is headed to and how the National Lotteries Commission plan on moving forward. All right, so that's just a glimpse into what we'll be covering here on the program. Looking forward to seeing you again shortly. Let's hand it back to you, Liesl.
Leanne, thank you so much. Looking forward to hearing more from you. Of course, you mentioned there the issue of transparency, what's audible as well and accessible, really, really coming to the fore. Thank you so much for that. We'll see you in just a few moments.